Please be seated. Hello, I am Dr. Natasha Wheeler, and I am the Grand Marshal for today's commencement exercise. I'm honored to announce that the members of the graduating class and the faculty and staff of the Chicago School are now present. All are gathered here for the 2026 commencement ceremony for the College of Professional Psychology.
Thank you, Dr. Wheeler, and welcome to all. I'm Dr. William Brown, Provost for the Chicago School. Please stand if you're able and face the United States flag for our national anthem. Please be seated. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you to today's commencement ceremony. Commencement is a wonderful tradition at the Chicago School, and we are honored to be here with you. Students, today marks a major milestone. Your years of learning and growth, both inside and outside of the classroom, have brought you to today, a celebration of you and your hard work. This is also a momentous day for all of those who celebrate with our students, our faculty, our families, and our friends. Thank you all for your unwavering support throughout your loved ones' academic journeys here at the Chicago School. We want to take this opportunity to recognize the achievements of our graduates. First, the Chicago School is proud to recognize students who identify as first generation or first gen, meaning that they're the meaning that they are the first in their families to earn a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree in the United States. Nearly 60% of all Chicago School students identify as first gen, and that's amazing. First gen students graduating today are wearing teal and yellow honor cords as a visual representation of this important identity. First gen graduates, please stand to be recognized for your incredible achievement. I think that's more than 60%. The Chicago School is tremendously proud to recognize our military and veteran students who are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords today during today's ceremony. Military and veteran students, we honor and thank you for your service to our country. Please stand to be recognized for your dedication and service. We also recognize students who have achieved global distinction status. The Chicago School's Global Distinction Program provides an opportunity for students to actively contribute to the shrinking of cultural divides by learning to understand themselves in the context of the world today and to use this knowledge to effectively engage across diverse cultures. Congratulations to our Global Distinction students who are wearing green honor cords during today's ceremony. Students, please stand to be recognized for your achievement. Lastly, the Chicago School is thrilled to recognize students who have earned degree honors. Undergraduate students who have earned a 3.5 or higher cumulative grade point average, and graduate students who have earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 are wearing gold honor cords during today's ceremony. Degree honors graduates, we are so proud of you and your outstanding academic achievements and honor your hard work and dedication. Please stand to be recognized. Thank you. I invite Dr. Lance Garrison, Dean for the College of Professional Psychology, to introduce the representative of the graduating class.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brown. I am very pleased to announce Haripriya Sharma Sadev, graduate of the Applied Clinical Psychology program, as this year's student representative. Haripriya is a doctoral candidate in clinical psychology with a background in hospital-based care, offering integrated, trauma-informed, and culturally responsive approaches. She has dedicated a significant dimension of her practice to serving active duty military personnel and veterans, addressing the psychological demands of service, trauma, and reintegration, while also bringing a culturally humble lens to her work with South Asian and cross-cultural populations, examining generational patterns, diasporic identity, and the ways cultural narratives shape emotional experience and relational behavior. Her doctoral research offers a compelling expansion of the established psychological theory, examining Stockholm Syndrome behaviors as they manifest within South Asian media, specifically Bollywood soap operas, extending the framework beyond the traditional hostage and coercive control contexts. Grounded in the American Psychiatric Association's conceptual model, her work critically interrogates how serialized media narratives may normalize dysfunctional attachments and misplaced loyalty, representing a meaningful contribution to media psychology and its implications for clinical practice and public mental health literacy. In addition to her professional pursuits, Haripriya is a dedicated mother of her 2.5-year-old son, an avid music enthusiast, and maintains a long-standing passion for dance. These passions enrich everything she does, bringing warmth and creativity and an authentic understanding of the human experience to all aspects of her life and work. Please join me in welcoming Haripriya Sharma Sadev to the podium.
It was too high. All right. Good afternoon, class of 2026. I want to ask you to do something unusual for a room full of therapists in training. I want you to stop analyzing, stop planning, and just be here. Look around. Take in this theater, the lights, the regalia, the faces beside you. Go on. Yep. Now, turn around and look at the family members and friends who rearranged their lives, drove hours, flew across the country, or simply held their breath for years waiting for this moment. This, right here, is what presence looks like. Not preoccupied with what came before, not anxious about what comes next. Precisely what we've spent years teaching our patients to do. And it turns out, it's just as hard for us. Today is not just a celebration of degrees earned. It is a recognition of survival, endurance, and transformation. Each of us arrived here with a story, some polished, some unfinished, some heavy in ways hard to put into words. And yet, we are all here together, honoring a milestone that once felt impossibly far away. I stand before you as an Asian Indian woman, the daughter of immigrants who carried hope, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief that education could change a family's trajectory. I also stand before you as a daughter whose father was murdered. An act of violence that left a 12-year-old girl, a 7-year-old boy, and a grieving wife trying to make sense of a world that stopped making sense. Trauma does not wait until we are ready. It shapes how you trust, how you dream, how you imagine your future. I carried that grief into classrooms, relationships, and every attempt to build something stable. Along the way, I learned something no textbook quite captures, that resilience is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, repetitive, and frankly, exhausting. I also learned grief and responsibility can coexist. That loss doesn't disappear with time, it simply changes shape. And that people who understand this most deeply often become the most profound clinicians. Across my own journey, just when stability felt within reach, my former institution, Argosy University, closed overnight. No warning, no transition plan, years of work gone with a single announcement. For the first time as an adult, I genuinely considered giving up. I questioned myself, the field, and whether perseverance was just a polished word we use to justify suffering. And then I found the Chicago School, where something radical happened. The institution aligned with me, rather than asking me to shrink to fit a mold. I was not forced to choose between being a student and being a mother, a wife, a daughter. I was met with humanity, flexibility, and the genuine belief that lived experience is not a liability in psychology, it is an asset. Education is about responsibility, advocating for systems that are stable, ethical, and accessible. Community is not sameness, it is belonging, understanding people holistically. Their culture, history, and intersecting identities is not a supplemental skill. It is the foundation. Innovation means adapting without losing our humanity. And real impact, and I mean real impact, means showing up consistently, not perfectly, with ethics and compassion, especially when the work is heavy. We are graduating into a world that desperately needs this presence. 1 in 5 adults in the US lives with a mental illness. Anxiety, depression, and trauma-related disorders continue to climb, while access to care remains inequitable, stigmatized, and underfunded. Our responsibility does not stop at the therapy room door. We are called to advocate, educate, and remind every institution and policymaker we encounter that mental health care is not optional, It is essential infrastructure. Before I go, I want to leave you with a question a professor posed early in our training. What dysfunctions did you bring from your own family system, and how have they shaped the way you show up in relationships and professionally? As the best clinicians don't claim perfect neutrality. They examine themselves honestly, sit with discomfort, and choose curiosity over certainty. So, as you walk out today, may you do your own work bravely and without judgment. May you remain curious where certainty feels easier. And may you advocate loudly for systems worthy of the people who need them. And may you never forget that your stories are not obstacles to your calling. They are exactly why you are ready. Congratulations, class of 2026. We've made it.
Thank you. Thank you for your inspiring words. But where is Mom? Where is Kamala? Where is she? There you are, Mom. Good job, Mom. We celebrate you for your resilience and raising such a wonderful daughter. Thank you, Kamala. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Michelle Nealon, president of the Chicago School. Now, I've already heard that you're a rowdy bunch. That's fabulous. As I said this morning in our first ceremony, I'm always encouraged not to say the following. I personally think graduations are moments for tremendous noise, for tremendous hooping and all that stuff. So even if you've been asked to be quiet and reserved, I encourage you not to be. Apologies, I think, to my colleagues. Well, today, graduates, we come together to honor and celebrate your achievements. Achievements that we all know are born from dedication, resilience, and belief in yourself, in your personal as well as your professional growth, and an unshakable commitment to your future. Some of you actually, we said to ourselves, that's more than 60% of you that stood up. But many of you are the first in your families to pursue higher education. And look at you now, you're thriving. You all know that that took so much courage to get to where you are today. And it takes passion and dedication as well to become the leaders you aspire to be when you very first started this educational journey. So to be an example, don't stop here. Go out there to serve and inspire everybody that you encounter. Sharing this moment with you is a reminder of what makes the Chicago School so special. And it is so plain and simple. It is each and every one of you. The diversity of thought and experience and perspective that you bring has helped weave the very rich tapestry of this university. The Chicago School is stronger, more dynamic, and more impactful because of what you brought to the table. And for that, I thank you. Rest assured that you are leaving today with much more than a valuable education. You're carrying out the values that define our everyday, and those are, I know you know them by now, education, innovation, community, and impact. No matter where your path leads and the opportunities that you will find along your way, this is a framework that you can build. You have the power to make a difference. Your skills and compassion will ensure that every person you encounter feels seen, heard, and most of all, valued. And as you enter this next chapter, I hope that you all strive to fulfill an outstanding and everlasting assignment, which is to lead with the same passion, empathy, and courage that brought you here today. To embrace and celebrate what makes each of us unique, and to build spaces of inclusion, belonging, and safety. We're experiencing pretty trying times right now, but I bet you every parent in the room, every grandparent in the room would say the same thing. More than ever, however, the world needs your voice, your leadership, and your potential to reach the hearts and souls and minds of every individual and every community. We all hold the pieces of the puzzle for a more understanding, connected, and just society. Today is another beginning for you. The diploma that you will receive is a key that unlocks your potential to accomplish even more. So let it always, always be a reminder of your strength, your purpose, your potential, and your deep-seated desire to create lasting change. Congratulations to every single solitary one of you. I look forward to shaking your hands and to witnessing the remarkable impact that you will have. Congratulations. As you saw, some of the graduates left. They went that way because they're getting ready for the presentation of candidates for degrees. Each candidate, of course, has been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to receive the degree indicated in the program and on their diploma. And listen carefully, because it is also subject to the completion of all degree requirements. Let that sit. I'll shake your hands, looking forward to it.
We will now begin the presenting of candidates from the College of Professional Psychology, starting with the candidates for Master of Arts, Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Bruss forward to congratulate your students. Jocelyn Celis Solis Trujillo. Samantha Carangella. Brianna Moreno. I invite Dr. Sitzer forward to congratulate your students. Christina Wynn. Anait Arushayan. Johanna Castillo Espinosa. Kaylee Dixon. Maureen Anbar. Varunia Gali. Masako King. Emily Endros. Madison Kirkland. Ashley Ntikem. Nicole Kahan. Jessica Cosio. Joaquina Kimberly Travia. Ryan O'Donnell. Grant Sterling. Layla Skylar Rakshini. Esther Callis. Danny Luston. Davis Gortner. Sean Tabak. Nika Naderi. Sarah Tamadin. Elisa Hall. Chloe Towns. Emerson Hayes. Ria DeCall. We will now present the candidates for the Master of Arts in Applied Psychology. I invite Dr. Garrett forward to congratulate your students. Francisca Jayaputra. We now present the candidates for the Master of Arts Forensic Psychology. I invite Dr. Wido forward to congratulate your students. Alaris Wiggins. Heather Algida. Michelle Posada Avila. Sky Fisher. Ariana Rajai. Taylor Patino. Cassandra Elizabeth Serrano Rivera. Alexandra Munoz Hernandez. Gabby Estrada. Aaliyah Johnson. Anashopi Inatoya Musa. Michael Miller. Adrian Garland. Daisy Liliana Aguilar Rosales. Christy Carlson. Sky Hughes. Hannah Saunders. Abby Ryder. Sydney Retamar. Devin Riddick. Jasmine Ann Vasquez Solis. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Science in Psychopharmacology. I invite Dr. Garrison forward to congratulate your students. Angela Wright. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Psychology, Applied Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Shatitsky forward to hood your students. Azam Talami, culturally competent mental health care for Iraqi veterans, examining the impact of trauma and resettlement in the United States. Mary Cruz, Pat Carrillo, understanding mental health professionals' perspective regarding mental health services for individuals with developmental disabilities. Roxanne Cook, the gut keeps the score. Knowledge, training, and attitudes regarding the second brain and graduate psychology students. Renette Appelian, addressing the mental health needs of Armenian immigrants, exploring intergeneration trauma, acculturation, stress, and sociocultural equity in the United States. Andrea Anthony, how the discovery of misattributed parentage through the home DNA testing affect identity in the adult population and the maternal relationship. Gazde Gokozan, impact of maternal family of origin and attachment style on breastfeeding preferences. Dulce Marquez Ortiz. Does the Undocumented Students Center contribute to the mental well-being of undocumented students? Harapriya Sharma Sadev. Stockholm Syndrome behaviors in Bollywood soap operas within the South Asian culture. Nora Shelmetzi, examining LGBTQIA+ populations, substance abuse, discrimination, and bullying. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Psychology, Applied Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Smith forward to hood your students. Dion Johnson, The Weight of History, Intersectional Analysis of Cultural Racism, Socioeconomic Adversity, and PTSD in African American Adults. Darlene Mendoza Hernandez, Social Media and its effects on the adult population in relation to depression and anxiety. Diane Cordova, From Scarcity to Strain, an exploratory study on the interplay between LMFT shortages and practitioner work environment challenges in underserved communities. Marcia Amposa, Navigating Maternal Insecurity, exploring emotional and relational health in Black daughters through attachment and cultural variation theories. Fernanda Aranda, Promises and Paradoxes, First-Generation Sacrifice, Transgenerational Expectations, and Psychology Outcomes in Second-Generation Latino Immigrants. Rachel McGee, Closing the Gap, Training Teachers to Identify Early Indicators of Autism. Philip Emmanuel Penn Jr., a study on quality of life through the lens of Black and African American mothers with children with ASD. Stephanie Contreras, Breaking Through the Mask, Exploring Imposter Phenomenon Among Latina Therapists. Brandy Stennett, How Psychotherapists Use Music to Mitigate Their Burnout. I invite Dr. Koritsky forward to hood your student. Efren Esparza. A quantitative examination of the contact theory and its relation to homeless individuals' receptiveness to change. I invite Dr. Rhodes forward to hood your student. Inga Kashishian. The impact of preconception hormonal oral contraceptive utilization in postpartum depression, a scientific analysis. Devin Cooper. The Greatest Depression, an exploration of the millennials' understanding and experience of depression. Sanika Hega. The relationship between cyberbullying, victimization, and psychological outcomes among female university students. Arturnine Gardner. The effects of racial trauma on the mental health of African Americans, a quantitative study. Ashley Turner. Discipline, disparity, and bias. School-based professionals' view on the effects of zero tolerance on Black girls. I invite Dr. Jafari forward to hood your students. Joshua Couture. The negative impact of COVID-19 on psychosocial functioning in adults ages 18 through 25. Larissa Talavera, analyzing the relationship between problematic social media use and psychological distress using archival data. Lorena Miramontes Morley, the role of socioeconomic status and community engagement in optimization of social emotional learning in young children. Amir Mustafa Jaber, personality traits and social media use, a quantitative analysis of platform preferences and demographic factors. I invite Dr. Ida Ogonke forward to hood your student. Ashley Gherkin. A systematic literature review. I invite Dr. Saiz forward to hood your student. Batsi Menjivar. A qualitative study of the experiences of secondary trauma by mothers from war-torn, hostile environments, its impact on child rearing, attachments, and current well-being of adult offspring. I invite Dr. Sterling forward to hood your student. Ann Cho. Quality of life of parents of children with autism spectrum disorder. Melissa Pena. Life satisfaction across generational cohorts, a comparative study of baby boomers, Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z. Brandy Thurman. Middle school educators' preparedness to address mental health issues. I invite Dr. Shabani forward to hood your students. Jaya Shanda. Attitude towards seeking mental health services of Romanian-born individuals who immigrated to the United States. Courtney Hine. Voices from the Field, a qualitative inquiry into the impact of parental and coach behaviors on youth athletes' mental well-being. Alder Johnson. Communication and empathy expression in attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I invite Dr. McClay forward to hood your student. Julie Robles Tejada. Workplace bullying, a psychological study on bullied nurses in the workplace. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Forensic Psychology. I invite Dr. Anderson forward to hood your students. Tony Abad. Prejudice, bias, and hiring previously incarcerated offenders. An examination of barriers to secure employment. Christina Gomez. Examination of the relationships between the levels of acculturation, substance use severity, and help-seeking attitudes among Asian Americans. Alyssa Dodd. Mental health treatment utilization among formerly incarcerated individuals, an examination of racial, ethnic, and gender differences. Rima Maya. Life after prison. The relationship between mental health, substance abuse, and social contextual factors on the quality of life of female offenders. Adriana Carrillo. An examination of the relationship between parental monitoring, parental styles, and level of engagement in court-mandated treatment of former juvenile offenders. I invite Dr. Fastino forward to hood your students. Caroline Campama Piscotti. Biases of a juror, an exploration of age, gender, race, and socioeconomic status factors on juror decision-making. Xochitl Ibarra Gutierrez. Latinx gender role attitudes, attachment, and intimate partner violence among attitude of Latinx adults formerly incarcerated in California. I invite Dr. Ernest forward to hood your student. Angela Holiday. Examining the predictive ability of coping strategies on perceived stress and resilience among retired and current law enforcement officers. I invite Dr. Torrell forward to hood your student. Lindsay Casal. An examination of the relationships between childhood trauma, aggression, and offense type among previously convicted emerging adults. I invite Dr. Walsley forward to hood your student. Sahar Ali. Domestic Violence and Help-Seeking Behaviors Among Egyptian American Women, an examination of the relationship between social support, education level, and trauma. I invite Dr. Wido forward to hood your students. Rihanna Villaseñor, the psychological implications of colonialization and its effects on delinquent behaviors among Filipino Americans. Mashonda McBarnett, mass incarceration among American black men, an examination of the relationship between adverse childhood experiences, racial trauma, and criminal behavior. Ashley DeVere, Unveiling the Unspoken, a study of gender, help-seeking behaviors, and self-stigma among deaf and hard-of-hearing survivors of intimate partner violence. Caroline Glimp, an examination of the relationship between gender and level of expertise of an expert witness based on a juror's perception. Liz Marie Sanchez, an exploration of the differences in psychological well-being and trauma-related symptoms among human trafficking survivors. Lorato Kelus, burnout among forensic psychologists, an examination of the relationship between stress, self-care, and help-seeking. Olivia Murad Labib, relationship between vicarious trauma, coping skills, and mental health professionals working with sexual offenders. Crystal Sanchez, the relationship between age, citizenship, and crime reporting among Latino Americans. Lexi Alekpala, supporting the reintegration process, examining reentry barriers, and the influence of community resources on previously incarcerated individuals' psychological well-being. Kahana Wong, the relationship between secondary traumatic stress and level of experience among correctional psychologists, an examination of gender differences. Ashley Jimenez, the role of gender in stigma and relapse perceptions among formerly incarcerated individuals in community substance abuse disorder treatment. Joy Macon, the impact of defendant gender and mental health diagnosis on jury decision making. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Bridgman forward to hood your students. Maria Cardenas Blanco, attachment style among Hispanic adult children of alcoholics. Stephanie Tickemeyer, the relationship between perfectionism and self-concept in former elite athletes. I invite Dr. Koritsky forward to hood your students. Jacqueline Sid, intermittent fasting and its association with mood, cognition, and quality of life in healthy adults. I invite Dr. Vanderdussen forward to hood your student. Alyssa Florio, clinician's understanding of neurodivergence. Talia Mullen, the role of self-blame, shame, and guilt in treatment preferences among adolescents with post-traumatic stress disorder. I invite Dr. Beatrice Lopez forward to hood your students. Kason Lau, the effect of COVID-19 related discrimination on the mental health outcome of Asian Americans. Cassandra Gonzalez, associations between childhood parental death ages 6 through 12 and adult attachment. Kimya Razai, the relationship between religious practices and an individual's mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic. I invite Dr. Widera forward to hood your students. Helen Yosef, Coptic Orthodox parents' attitudes towards seeking psychological services for their children. Brett Montgomery, the construct validity of a computerized assessment screener compared to traditional screening tools and a full neurocognitive assessment. Nicole Maxwell. Psychedelic-assisted psychotherapist perspectives of treating sex offenders with psychedelics. Lucy Proudfoot. How eyewitness and expert testimony in psychological mindedness affect jury outcomes in criminal trials. I invite Dr. Hunt forward to hood your students. Shanaz Mirbaha. Parenting skills and child mental health. Seren Tunchai. Self-compassion as a moderator of the relationship between acculturation and mental health outcomes among Middle Eastern American immigrants. I invite Dr. Bruss forward to hood your student. Delaney Monk. Children's internalizing and externalizing behaviors. Sahidi Parvathareddy. A quantitative examination of acculturation and treatment barriers and their relationship to mental health underutilization among South Asians. Sierra Davis. Examining relapse in anorexia nervosa during the 2020 pandemic. Vanessa Garcia. A quantitative examination of social media use, religious beliefs, and ageism as it relates to suicide. Patricia Lopez de Victoria Villaverde. The relationship between sexual dysfunction and relationship issues in relation to the number of victims sexually assaulted. Anne Burnham. Alexithymia, the role of attachment and emotional intelligence. Is it Pejman? Nicole Pejman. Mental health among Iranian American women, the impact of social political movements in Iran, treatment and barriers. Cyril Custudio. and exploration of neurological soft signs and identifying traumatic brain injuries among jiu-jitsu athletes. Donnell Griffin Jr., chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the use of neurocognitive soft signs to identify chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Rachel Moore, childhood adversities in first responders. I invite Dr. Collins Jones forward to hood your student. Jacqueline Brown, exploring Black foster parent experiences and perspectives, a qualitative study of systemic barriers, cultural challenges, support needs, and recommendations in child welfare. I invite Dr. Wheeler forward to hood your students. Saramya Bhargava, asexual identity and influences from child development. Wangthipa Pearl Wangserchant, relationships between neurocognitive functions and eating patterns in gym-attending males. Anika Asan, we don't talk about it. Mental health stigma and health-seeking attitudes among young adult Bengali Muslim Americans. Dea Brewer, does the perceived kinship care experience of African American children impact romantic attachment in adulthood? Jayla Jefferson, a systematic exploration of perceived caregiver support, unraveling the effects of complex developmental trauma and adult emotion regulation. Lindsay Buford, resiliency factors that support a positive mother-child bond with premature births. I invite Dr. Karamians forward to hood your students. Joseph Anderson Gutierrez Jr., Digital Calm, comparing anxiety, social connectedness, mindfulness, and flow state in mobile gaming and traditional meditation. Jasmine Isabella Espinosa, a comparative analysis of risky sexual behaviors, private Catholic school versus public school. I invite Dr. Sherman forward to hood your students. Angela Theodosiou. The effects of parenting styles and attachment styles on adolescents' emotional intelligence. Jennifer Cano. Understanding parents, investigating the interplays of parenting styles, attachment styles, and emotional competence. Chisato Tomita. Hidden impacts on siblings of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Gertrude Davidson Terter. The impact of spirituality on a mother's perception of birthing experience. I invite Dr. Ballas forward to hood your students. Malia Liebert. Beyond physical boundaries, exploring the landscape of cyber violence in adult relationships. Vitter Gangwal. Exploring the monotropism theory of autism, further validation of the monotropism out questionnaire for autistic and non-autistic people of color. I invite Dr. Enrique Lopez forward to hood your student. Miriam Rubio Cervantes. On the impact of perceived affection on burnout and cognitive processing, a comprehensive study amidst the COVID-19 pandemic at UCLA. Ileana Holmgren. Faces Once Forgotten. Advancing the computer memory interface tests with AI to reflect the diversity of our world. I invite Dr. Sitzer forward to hood your students. Deanna Jaburian. Defining Comfort TV show and related implications on young adults with anxiety. Say your name. Say it. Say the whole name. Tatavik Zakarian. Exploring the relationship between reduced Armenian ethnic identification and the adoption of individualistic definitions of authenticity and a unitary self-concept. Michaela Vidmar Perrins. Exhibitionism and Expose. We will now announce the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Business Psychology. I invite Dr. Scholes forward to hood your student. Carita Moss. African American leaders describe leadership development in a Christian church. And that concludes the presentation of graduates. Congratulations, graduates!
You want me to start? Will all candidates please rise? President Nealon, on behalf of the faculty of the Chicago School, I present these candidates who have been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to receive the degree indicated, subject to the completion of all requirements, and respectfully request that you confer upon them the degrees for which they are qualified.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. So I said earlier that it was subject to all degree requirements being completed. So here's the thing. This crowd has to give you your last A, and to earn it, you have to dance. That was pretty good, but it's like a B. Let's see if we can have an A, like a real A. Okay, that's an A. Good job. All right. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Chicago School and by the state of California, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified, with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto pertaining. You did it. Well done. And please turn around and tell your families how much you love them for all their support.
Hello. I'm Dr. Ted Scholes. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs here. All graduates and faculty, please rise to recite the oath of affirmation and diversity. Please locate the oath on page 22 of the commencement program. Raise your right hand and recite it with me in unison. Other professionals may join to reaffirm their oath. I hereby affirm that I shall discharge the responsibilities of my profession in a manner consistent with respect for the dignity and worth of individuals and communities, and that I shall strive for the preservation and protection of fundamental human rights. That I shall seek to increase knowledge of human behavior, cultures, and experiences to increase self-understanding and understanding of others, and that I shall use such knowledge for the promotion of dignity and human rights. That I shall seek to embrace the profession's commitment to understand and respect individual, social, contextual, and cultural differences, and that I shall diligently protect the human rights of those who seek my services, and that I shall use my skills only in the furtherance of human rights and the integrity of the individual. That I shall strive to acknowledge and remove systemic barriers that prevent the ability of groups, individuals, and organizations to access services that promote the well-being of all. And that I shall well and truly recognize the traditions, ethics, and boundaries of my profession, and that I shall subscribe to these traditions and ethics freely and upon my honor. As a representative of the Chicago school community, I hereby affirm to actively participate in this learning and professional community by embracing its commitment to understand and respect individual, social, contextual, and cultural differences. As such, I will seek to gain knowledge of human difference that I may increase my understanding of self and others, and I will seek to build an environment of mutual respect and inclusion where all are valued.
This concludes the 2026 commencement exercises for the College of Professional Psychology at the Chicago School. Guests, please remain seated until the stage party and graduates have exited the venue. Thank you so much.